Yo, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome back, everyone, to all new episode of Changing the Game with G-Lew and the beautiful Deandra Chanel. Tonight we got a very special guest, the homie Hypnotic is here, people. So just kick back, relax. We're about to get this show cracking like this right here. We'll be right back.
So I'm going to work. Your grandparents are in Mexico, so you're gonna hang out with your tios, okay?
I don't want to hang out with my tios.
I know. You're gonna have fun. I promise. I'll see you later. Me lo cuidas.
I got him. What's up, little sobrino? Ready to hang out or can't wait? I got him. Don't even trip.
Okay.
Look
Have
excited,
fun,
fool. What's wrong with you? You don't want to hang out with your tío? Okay. You too good for us or what? What's up with your boy?
You don't want to go, but
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
have good.
have
Gonna
fun.
have a fun time. I promise.
Cuba, jefa.
What did you do to my son?
He's one of us now. Ain't that right, Gio?
It's Cali Caliente. We already know who got the gente. Me. Ooh, not to mention, I'm a little bit of Tupac and Chente. Who give a fuck if the hood eyes are rain? Either way, we gonna turn up the same. I ain't that vato that gon' shoot up your jam. It's pura cultura when I suit up and brand. Tú sabes mi equipo, I rep my people. Tengo futuro en mi visto. Ya estoy listo a caminar este piso. Muy machismo, no quieren pedo con el güero, homie, no conmigo. All you rappers up poor, I'll give you 1 star. On your Yelp, check yourself, you ain't on par. I'm really out here spitting, man, I bust hard. Catch 'em up.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. It is Changing the Game with G-Lew, and you see the beautiful Deandra Chanel. We are back again. What's up, Deandra?
How's it going?
It's going great. God is good. How you doing
I'm
tonight?
excited about this one.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm already high. I played the homie's video, you know what I mean? And
That is the cutest little video.
that was hard. I like how he took off the little homie had the Air Forces he put on the court. That was hard. Shout out to the homie. That was dope. Dope. Great show tonight, people.
So I'm really excited to have Hypnotic on this show. He's doing really big things. So we're gonna talk to him a little bit about it once we bring him in. Whenever you're ready.
So you ready? You ready, people? You ready? We got the young legend in the making. Hypnotic is here.
Yo.
There you go. Turn it. Yeah, right there. You got the wide screen.
That better?
That's better,
Yeah.
homie.
All right, cool.
What's up, my boy?
Just chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Out here, dog. Just at the crib, you know what I'm saying? So be looking forward to this. I saw a little bit of the questionnaire, some good questions. I answered them, I sent them back. So I'm excited, bro. Any platform is a blessing, you know what I'm saying? So
For sure. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Go ahead.
I'm glad you guys were rocking with that video though. That video with the kid my
hard.
getting the Cortezes and shit at the end, you know what I'm saying? We had a football game, you know?
That was dope. That was dope right there. I like that.
Right, for sure. How you guys doing? Everything good?
Yes. Good. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much for coming on, by the way.
All day. Like I said, it's a blessing, man. Any platform to get out there and conversate with some cool people and get my story out there, get my music out there, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, you know.
How long have we been trying to get you on here, Hypnotic?
What's that?
I said, how long have we been trying to get you on here now?
I know, right? We've been talking about it for a minute. You was like months booked in advance, so I was like, okay, like I think you hit me up like in what, April or like
No, February.
March, maybe March.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But I'm glad it's here now, you know what I'm saying? So it's always good to have stuff lined up on the calendar, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Staying busy, staying occupied, that's actually good for you, for you know, take your mind off all the stress that you might be dealing with and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Staying busy is a blessing. That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about you for those who are newer to your music.
You mean when I talk about myself?
Yes, please.
How do I describe myself? Let me see. I'm just a normal dude, man. A lot of people like to say I'm pretty humble and stuff. I'm a normal dude, but I got a big passion for music, for hip hop, and not just like rap. Like I like to rap about like real stuff, real topics, you know what I'm saying? And stuff that I'm passionate about, you know what I'm saying? Some stuff a lot of rappers might not rap about in a sense where it might be confrontational, it might be too political. But, you know, if I got a platform, I want to make sure I can use that to inspire and motivate. Not just, I mean, I do for the most part. I'm trying to be a voice for my people, my culture. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I do represent all human beings, all nationalities, all races and stuff. I'm just trying to be like a good example as a human in general. But with that said, I do focus on my raza, my cultura, and there's not enough of us out there that have that voice for us. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt growing up we didn't really have a powerful voice like you guys got Tupac, like you guys got Nas, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I feel like that was always lacking in the Mexican Chicano culture in a sense. And that culture, our culture, it's a little tricky too because the Mexicans beef with the Chicanos. The when I say Chicanos, that's like Mexicans that were born in the United States, and vice versa. Sometimes the Mexicans born here they beef with the Mexicans from Mexico. So we already divided as a people because of these borders and these lines and shit. So it's kind of hard to connect us all. You know what I'm saying? There's all these subcultures when it comes to the Mexican culture, but I'm trying to be a voice for all of us. And so when you asking me about me, how do I describe myself? Hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of insight of what I'm trying to do, and I'm just someone that's real proud of my culture. My parents were immigrants, so they say, you know, saying immigrants because they weren't born here. That's a terminology that they want to say, even though our ancestors, this was our land and stuff. But you know, so it's just one of those things, man. I'm real passionate about my culture, and I love hip hop. I was very highly influenced by a lot of artists like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? He was such a representative for his people, and he wanted to do good things for his people, and I just drew so much inspiration from that, and I'm trying to emulate him in a sense where I want to be that for my people. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight right there.
Do you feel over the course of like the past like 20, 30 years that the Mexican and Chicano culture have gained more of a voice and more of a positive platform with everything that's going on with social media?
I feel like the it's kind of trendy right now. Like as far as like the Chicano culture, like there's a lot of Mexican rappers, even from Mexico, that are starting to get a buzz, that are starting to get recognition. You know, there's a lot of Chicano. The Chicano scene's kind of hot right now. You can even see it when you look at some of the commercials on TV, like McDonald's and just all these companies, 7-Eleven, they're starting to incorporate that culture. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we've always been consumers. You know what I'm saying? And we always support. We love to support our hip hop artists. We love to support. We just always buying shit. You know what I'm saying? And we're always in the mix. And I feel like people are tapping into that. There's so many Latinos or Mexican, not just Mexicans, but just the Latin culture in general. There's so many of us in this country, so people are trying to like, hey, we gotta get that business. You know what I'm saying? They're finally tapping in and trying to like accommodate us in a sense, or not even accommodate, but just trying to get our business. You know.
Right.
So let's talk about a little bit how you started in music.
Okay. How did I start? Let me see. Shoot, I've been writing rap since like elementary and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been in me. Like I guess you could say my brothers. I have two older brothers, three older sisters, and my brothers were big Tupac fans. You know, so that's the first, not necessarily the first rapper I heard because I can show you like some old school cassette videos where my sisters would dress me up like Chris Cross. Y'all remember Chris Cross?
Yes, sir.
Jump, jump, everybody jump. They had me on some overalls backwards. They even braided my hair and some shit. So I got pictures of that. But I guess Chris Cross was some of my like in the early like when I was a kid. Like, but that's the thing though. You'll see like old videos of me as a kid, like rhyming word for word these songs. You know what I'm saying? So like at 8 years old, 9 years old, I was busting these raps word for word, their raps, and even it even goes to like we grew up in Vista, Escondido. That's the San Diego area, and there's a tribe. There's a group called Aztec Tribe, and they had a big hit called San Diego, California. I'll tell you right now, I can't recite those lyrics at all for you today. But there's videos of me reciting that song word for word, you know what I'm saying, on video and stuff. So I guess I've always kind of had it in me. It's like a natural thing, and I've been writing rhymes since elementary, to the point where like in middle school we would do like demos. We would record demos, and me, my homies, at his crib. We didn't have like on the studio where they have the thing in front of the mic that it picks up a lot of the
The proper
excess
stopper.
sound. Yeah, yeah. So we were using like a CD or like a bra, you know what I'm saying? So we were getting creative and stuff, but we started like doing recording demos and stuff, and I was slanging CDs since middle school, so I've always kind of been a hustler too.
Right.
You know, so you got to get that money, you got to make that. And since high school, I got people that tell me like, dude, I remember you used to sell your CDs in high school and shit. And people over here like, damn, like you out here doing things and stuff like that. And it's cool. It's a blessing. You know, I'm really on the pursuit. As an artist, we're hard on ourselves, and I still feel like there's a lot more I could do, and there's a lot higher I can go. But while I'm on this journey, I am enjoying it, and I do recognize some of the hard work and some of the heights I've reached. But there's still a lot more to do, a lot more to go.
I was going over some of those questions, and I see that you have opened up for a lot of the artists and the rappers that have inspired you. You've opened up for Little Rob, opened up with Baby Bash, opened up with Tech Nine. How does that feel?
Well, sometimes it's crazy because like I view myself once you kind of like engulf yourself in hip hop or in the music industry. Um, like I've done songs with King Crooked Eye from Long Beach. That's one of my favorite rappers of all time. Tech Nine, I haven't done a song with him, but I just did a show with him recently. And I guess you could say that the Tech Nine show really was the one that kind of had me fanning out in a way. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, like I love Tech. Like Tupac's my favorite, but Tech is like a close second. Tech Nine, he's just so talented, and he's so he raps about real shit, and he raps about very open when it comes to his emotions and where he is at certain stages of his life. But like I've done songs with MC Magic, with Mr. Shadow from San Diego growing up, and it comes to a point where it's like I view these people as peers. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm an artist now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really like. Sometimes you don't really enjoy it. Like I don't really like pat myself on the back. Like, oh, like you just did a show with Warren G with MC Magic, Baby Bash. And it's more like, okay, cool. That's what I'm supposed to do. It's like it's one of those things where I'm not gonna applaud myself for it, but just like, all right, let's keep it going. Let's do more. Let's reach bigger artists. But Tech Nine did kind of humble me a little bit, like just to attach myself to a show with him. I haven't been to a concert. I haven't paid for a concert in I don't know how long, but the last person I paid to go see was Tech Nine. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, that's dope.
but, yeah.
I mean, that's what I've come across with a lot of artists. Like once they start working with their idols, like they don't have time to really enjoy and let it set in that they're working with these people. Does
Yeah.
it give you more of a we'll just say like human experience? Do you see them differently like once you work with them? Do you no longer see them as idols? Do you see them as people?
Um, I guess you can kind of separate business from personal like feelings and stuff. I'm always gonna respect and like Little Rob, MC Magic, Baby Bash, Tech Nine. I'm gonna respect everybody I work with. I'm always gonna be a fan. I am a fan. I'm a fan of all of these people. I still bump their music to this day. You know what I'm saying? To me personally, today's music is a little lackluster. There's only a few artists that I really bump, but so I'm always gonna bump the old school, and that's just you can kind of see my style. Like you guys just played that video, I kind of keep it old school, but at the same time, you gotta modernize yourself a bit. You know what I'm saying? And I try to accommodate, not even accommodate, but you gotta gain. Don't limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? I try to be versatile. So if you were to hear more of my music, I could do some of the modern stuff too. But you're right. It's there's a mindset of me being busy and staying on my grind. Cool, that's dope. That looks good for Instagram. Like, let me use it to my advantage. Let me use it for publicity, for showing people like, hey, yo, I'm doing shows with Warren G. I got a show coming up with Too Short June 13th in Garden Grove. Like that's attaching myself to these names and having these flyers with me and them on the same flyer. When I post that on IG, it's just like whoa, like for the like the
That's a
people look at,
resume. That's a
you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
resume.
Exactly.
Your
You're
resume,
building
homie.
that resume, and I'm constantly doing it. I'm always doing it. And I never stop, regardless if you like my music or not. You always got to respect the hustler. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, people respect hard work. They respect hustle. But to answer your question, there is a separation between personal and business. So and like a part of me is like hell yeah, like that's dope as hell that I work with these artists. But at the same time, it's like cool. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like let's keep it going.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure my co-host has a few questions for you.
Yeah, I do. I got a gang of questions. We'll just, talk about some shit. But first, let me show love. There's a couple of people here, like the homie Big D said he actually had the I want to show them some love. He said he bought your CD and met you. I don't know where that is, but the homie Big D said he bought your CD, met you, and Monica, his wife, said he's been listening to your CD. So all day. You know what I mean? Congrats.
Nice.
Great music.
Hey,
Yeah.
see if they remember where they met me. Was it San Diego? Like, let me know
Yeah,
because
they actually used to live in San Diego, actually, so it probably was.
it was probably it was if I remember right. I remember someone bought my CD in Dago at a Chula Vista show. I
Yeah.
forgot who it was, man. I think it was Kid
Prob-
Frost, maybe a Kid Frost show. But
okay.
that's dope. That's cool to hear, man. Hell yeah.
Yep. What up, Amanda? Hey, so I want to ask you, like, speaking of Dago, like, how was it, you know, growing up in not growing? How was it growing up in Dago? Because like, I want to figure out for the people listening, get a difference between like L.A. Dago, which is really brother sister. You know what I mean? Land, the Southland, right? But tell us about Dago, man. What's different about Dago that people may not know, bro?
Well, it's one of those things, bro. It's tough. I grew up in Escondido, which is it's North County, San Diego. It's in San Diego County, but you'll have mixed feelings. You know how I'm saying? Like kind of like if you're from LA, people say Pomona ain't LA, even though it's LA
Right.
County, but they like to separate things. But then there's some people like, no, that's LA, that's LA. So you have mixed feelings when it comes to Escondido, Oceanside. You know what I mean? I was born in Oceanside, but I grew up in Esco. But at the
Okay.
same time, I was
So
young, man. I
is
went to high school.
Oceanside and is are they close to each other?
Yeah,
Okay.
So Oceanside, you got Carlsbad, Escondido. That's all North County, San Diego. So it's like it's still a San Diego County, but it's its own area and stuff. So, but we rap Dago all day. You know what I'm saying? And some people will like. At one point, it was all 619, the area code. But then, like
Right.
when I think they changed, they changed our section to 760. But it's funny because some people will be like, no, you Dago, homie, you Dago, and some fools are like, nah, fool, you ain't Dago, dog. It's like if you don't want to claim me, then that's on you, bro. I'm dope. If you don't want to claim Hypnotic for Dago, then shit, you know what I mean? That's on you.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but I moved out at an early age, bro, like in 10th grade in high school. So I didn't really get to like be out there driving around and coming up in that way. I was still a kid in high school and shit. But at the same time, it's very similar. You know what I'm saying? It's very similar because now that I'm older, I go to LA quite often. I go everywhere, Orange County, LA, because my music takes me there.
Right.
But it's all homies, man. It's all like a West Coast vibe at the end of the day. There's not much of a difference. You can probably say, I guess, I mean, every area has their hoods, their ghettos and stuff. And when I was growing up in Esco, it's no different. You know, I mean, you got homies there in gangs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? In Esco, it was the Diablos gang, and then there was West Side, and they were beefing with each other. And you had cholos at school. You know what I mean? The bald headed fools, and they're all dressed to a T. And it's one of those things where like, you kind of like you respect them in a way. There's something about them that you move differently around them, but they were cool though, you know what I'm saying? And it's no different, man. I feel like it's all the same. It's just we like to compete with each other. That's just a natural competitive nature when it comes to like San Diego, LA, and this and that, but yeah, I mean, I like to say that it's very similar, man. And where I grew up, I was surrounded by my people, my raza. My high school was 75% Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just how I grew up in Esco, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up around my people. And it's like I'm living in Hemet right now. I'm in Riverside County.
Okay.
But it's the
Shout out
same
to him.
thing, man. It's the same
Shout out to
thing.
him. Right, right, right,
I'm surrounded by my people. I'll be taking my mom to the panaderia, to the carniceria, like these Mexican meat markets and stuff, and it's all Spanish speaking people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I grew up, and I was never gang banging on that tip and shit, but I've always been like respectful of what that's part of the culture in a way where the cholo style, you know what I'm saying, and it's necessary in certain scenarios where, you know, there's always gonna be drama every now and then, and who you gonna call when shit needs to get handled? You gonna call your uncle that's thugged out, you know what I'm saying? You gonna call
right,
your homie that's with the business, and
right.
so it's like it's one of those things, man, where I don't gang bang and I don't condone it and stuff like that. But if you're part of that lifestyle, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to represent the bigger aspect of, as far as my culture. You know what I'm saying? As far as it's not just about the gang banging. We got a lot more to offer. It's a very beautiful culture, and I try to
Right.
bring that out. You know what I'm saying? But I do got the stilo though. I am bald headed. You know what I'm saying? And I do rock my Dickies. I rock my Cortezes and shit. So they might put me in that category. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But ain't nothing. But there's a lot of homies like me that ain't necessarily gang banging, and but we ain't no bitches either though. So it's
Right.
hypnotic G rooted. G rooted is gangster slash God rooted. I might not be a gang member, but that G influence brushes off on us. You know what I'm saying? We got homies, we got family that live that lifestyle, and we around that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a positive message, and that's where the God rooted comes into play too. So it's G rooted, gangster slash God rooted. You know what I'm saying? Because we all rooted in something, and we all represent something. So
Right, right. I could dig it, homie. You know what? I respect first. I mean, it's a lot I want to cover, even with what you just said, right? But the last things you said, like, you know what I mean? You know, you ain't gang banging, but you still a man. You ain't a bitch, and you got the whole stilo. I respect that because I think now, even now, we know, like, I mean, gangs. You know what I mean? That's the culture, that's the history, that's where you from or whatever. But we all know at this point, it's just too. It's watered down, and it's just a lot change, right? But I
right,
think that people need to go back to being men first, and that's what you said. Just like wherever you
right,
from, you got to be a man first. You know what I mean? So I respect that what you said, but still keep it G, keep the stick. You know, because all that skinny jean, all that, I ain't with all that. So I respect that, bro. You feel me? So I just respect everything you just said on that aspect, bro. You know
yeah. And that's what it comes down to, bro. Like, cool, you gang banging, you wanna glorify that, cool. I'm not gonna hate on you, especially if you are active and you doing it. Then you got the right to rap about that.
right?
Oh, since I got stripes, I got the right to rap about that. But homies
That
like me,
part.
I gotta hate you. You know, that's a
That part.
easy E, real motherfucking G's. But what I'm saying is, cool, you want to do that. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, at the same time, it's like I said, I'm here to represent a bigger aspect of that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of homies like us that aren't necessarily gang banging. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we gonna do our part. And to keep it real, we should be rapping about, you know, maintaining the job and glorifying people that are working hard. You know what I'm
Being
saying?
men.
Exactly, being a man, raising your child, doing that's gangster to me. You feel me? That's more gangster to me. Like in my, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, that's gangster. That ain't gangster. But like, that's my gangster, I guess you
Right,
can say.
right, right. And that's just growing up because, you know, as kids and youngsters, we got a different mindset. But, you know, like you said, when you grow up, you got to accept that you grew up, you know what I mean? And be a man. So that just comes with it, man. But I respect all that. Tell me, man, what have you learned? Because also you seem well, I don't want to say like educated, you know, like to say that's natural, but I mean, well versed and well like understanding of what's going on, bro, and what's expected of you. You know what I mean? So it's like, what have you learned so much since you've been in the game? Is it just the industry, the rap game, or whatever? Is it just life lessons in game that you've adapted in your journey and you know what I mean, where you at? Because I respect like you talk, man. You talk a good one, bro. Respectfully.
Right. And it's one of those things where it's like, I think a lot of people are smart. A lot of people, like, some people like are better at. It's not even that it's common sense, but like I got like an intuition about me. Like I can read the room. I can read vibes with people. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? and it's one of those things. But you got to use that too with every scenario in life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your job, whether it's your career. So what I'm trying to do is like I've learned a lot being independent. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm not I'm not dependent on anybody to try to make me successful. You know, I got to do it myself. That's
Right.
why I admire Tech Nine so much. He's like the number one independent rapper of all time, and
Yeah.
I followed his story, man. And this fool's like on Forbes
That's
nowadays. You
not,
know what
you
I'm
know
saying?
what? When you said that earlier, I wanted to interject. You know, I'm glad you mentioned it again because not only is he a great rapper, somewhat underrated, but you know, he has his own fan. He's crazy. You know what I mean? But like you said, overall, Tech Nine is one of the ones, man. Besides his music, like independent, like really tycoon and this shit independently, man. The man has been independent, has a major fan base, all of his shit. You know, he's totally 100% independent. Has warehouses, like the first to do the things. He was one of the first to do what
Yes.
he's done. You know what I mean? Totally independent. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that I guess that's what I think to answer your question. Um, that's learning how to put my music up on iTunes, Spotify, learning how to register on ASCAP, and doing all the little things, all the tedious little things that most artists they might have a manager or a record label to do that, or
Right.
most artists they ain't really tapped in, they don't got the time. I don't want to use the word lazy, but they're probably not as driven. You know what I'm saying? It's not fun to do these things. Lately I've been catching it myself. I've been doing a lot of shows, right? I got all this music that I want to release. I need to release, but I don't want to fucking upload it and do all that tedious work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been
Right.
getting a little lazy myself, but
Right.
I got to snap out of it. You know what I'm saying? But or hire, like at this point, it's like you start to see when you get busier,
Get that team.
uh, you got to get a team. You know what I'm saying? And kind of, I got to show them how to do it, or you find someone that knows how to do it
Yeah,
already.
because that's a whole
But
nother thing. It's easy to get a team, but like you said, people that do what you really need done on those type of things, you know?
yes, and that happens organically, man. So it's just a matter of like you got to be committed and driven to what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And I've always had this intuition. I've always had this thing in me, even as a kid. Like I was meant to rap. I was meant to be a rapper. That's what I do. If it's a God given talent, like thank you God for giving me this talent. And like I feel blessed because I'm happy pursuing what I'm pursuing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us deal with stress. A lot of us deal with life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a breakup, whether it's, you ain't doing so good on funds or whatever, or a family member passed away, or you got health issues, whatever it is, a lot of people, they might not have an outlet that can help them get through that. You know what I'm saying? They're still discovering themselves. They're still discovering what they love to do. I've always had music since a kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't even imagine if I didn't have music. I don't know how I would like be going through certain things in life. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sad, if I'm going through it, you know what I'm saying, then I can write some lyrics, you know what I'm saying? I can write about it and vent to the world. So that's like a beautiful thing. And that's why I love hip hop too. It's just it does wonders for me personally, and a lot of the artists I grew up listening to, they helped me get through the day. You feel me? If I was sad, I throw on some pop, you know what I mean? Or I throw on some whoever, and that shit will change my mood, you know. I want to do the same for people too. So it's one of those things, man. It's just like you learn as life. You should be learning, you know. And some people they might not learn, you know. They're
Right, right.
stubborn or they just keep repeating the same mistakes or whatever it is, but you gotta like, if everybody's gonna take L's, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta, okay, what did I do wrong? How can I improve that next time? Whatever the scenario is, you gotta adjust and make calculated moves, you know what I'm saying? So
Right, right.
but I still got a long way to go though too. Like me saying this, I might sound like you said educated, like I know what I'm doing, which I do know to an extent, but there's still always more to learn. There's still always more, okay, maybe I gotta do a different approach. Maybe I gotta do this song. I'm so like when I do my music videos, I got like a whole storyline.
Right.
I got all kinds of actors in it. I got all these people. It's a big production. You feel me? And it's like, damn, like I'm spending all this money getting this person here, that person there, all this here. But it's like, why don't I just get two bitches next to me twerking and shit and do a simple background? That shit might get more views,
Right, right.
less money. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's the artist in me that that I don't want to do that. You feel me? Or I won't do that just to do it. You know,
Right.
so it's one of those things where I gotta. How do I incorporate some of that sexiness? You know what I'm saying? And get some eye candy up in that bitch. That way I can get more views. You know, because at the end of the day, that's what it is nowadays. People don't. A lot of the music that blows up, it's not necessarily like complex music, or it's not music that
It's not
needs
at all. It's just a
doesn't
vibe.
have a
It's
message
more
to
of a
it.
just a vibe now. Like these
Yeah,
jokes, like a
that's
certain
all they
vibe.
say. Oh, it's a
And that's
vibe. It's
it.
a
I
vibe.
mean, that's real. That's the only way you can look. That's the only thing you can say because that's all it is. I don't see like you know what I mean.
That's
Until
all
they
they got to
find
say
that,
about it. Oh, you don't
until
understand. It's a
and then they'll
vibe.
get they'll get some new shit next year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Hey, I did a show for like this past Friday, and it was cool. It was with Lil Weirdo, Lil Maru. These are some young cats from San Diego,
Right,
and
right.
they're currently popping.
I'm
So
aware, weirdo.
yeah, Weirdo, Maru, they got cool music and shit. So like, but it was a younger audience, a younger fan base out there. So
Right.
like I said, like I'm gonna hop on this. Let me see what I could do here with this fan base, this audience. You know what I'm saying? So and then there's a lot of openers too, a lot of young openers, and like it's like a vibe music. You know what I'm saying? And they had like everybody that went up, they had like 20 dudes on stage with them. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They rap into like their homies, and then they rap into the audience at the
Right,
same
right,
time. So I went up there solo dolo all by myself, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids, they rap over their songs.
right.
And it, you know, if you know a little something about music, when you do a live performance, it's a lot. It sounds a lot better. It's more professional when you rap over like an instrumental or
Facts.
an adjusted version of your music,
Or just some like what do you ad lib?
like background ad libs and
Yeah.
shit. So you can hear me clear. You know, when they're doing it, like you know. So, but what I'm getting at is that a lot of these when the headliners went on, a lot of them were just like this. It was just like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It
No
was a
shit.
vibe, bro. It was a I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
it was
yeah.
a vibe.
Right. Hey, and then
So
half the time
they was putting their
they
hands
don't even
up,
got to
they
sing
like
their song.
vibing.
They just let the crowd sing it. They don't even they don't even like just like, hey,
Couple words.
yeah,
You know,
the vibe,
it's
bro.
dope though because I went on before the headliners. I was the one like the main opener before the headliner. So
Right.
I
So
did
you
what
got
I
to show
did,
them.
bro. I was up there spitting, bro. Like ain't nobody gonna do a damn thing for you. I'm gonna get it independent. I'm gonna make it through. You know, with the mic like loud and shit. People were like, "What the fuck?" Okay,
Right.
we can hear this fool. We can understand this fool. Like it was like, damn. And the track's called "I Could Do This All by Myself." It goes, "I could do this all by myself. Watch me do this all by myself." And I was like, I could do this all by myself. You know what I mean? I did a whole spin. Kind
Right.
of not even like a diss, but like, yo, like y'all over here with like 30 fools on your entourage. I'm right here by myself doing it, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
So, but
Crazy.
you know, you gotta flex on them when you can. And like that's me like showing fools like I'm here to entertain. I even told them I'm like, y'all need to wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be the motherfucker to wake y'all up, man. Y'all need like you know what I'm saying? Because I was just but then that grabs their attention, bro. So
Right. Hey,
I
you
got
know
a
what?
good response
You,
from the young crowd though, so that was
you know
good.
what's crazy that you said that? I was just seeing some shit today. You know, over the weekend they had the summer jam shit,
Oh,
and
the Method Man thing?
yeah, which is the
Yeah.
biggest show in the summer. It has been, used to be, but you know about the Hot 97, right? So the summer jam, they had a lot of older acts come in and perform this year, which they never done. And I know you heard. I don't know if you heard about it, but Method Man and Red Band performed, and which are legends, right? You know, did their thing, but they put out a memo or a statement like, we appreciate you guys inviting us, woondy woon, but we ain't doing that again. He said it's just
And,
they didn't get the respect they wanted. You know what I mean? Like the crowd, the
yeah,
younger crowd is just too. They just
they
can't do it. I was
they
like,
probably
wow, that's a
some of
good
that
stage.
some of those young crowds they're not familiar with that real hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
it wasn't a vibe for them. You feel me? It was too dope. It was too. I'm not here to clown. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. They grew up hearing what they grew up in. It's not their fault they grew up in this generation and that's what they like. And I'm not here to diss it. You know what I'm saying? There is some talent to making a catchy song. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like these songs are catchy. You know what I'm saying? And for the life, there might be a dope ass rapper, a dope ass spitter, but to save his life, he can't come up with a catchy hook. You feel me?
Yeah, and that
So like
exactly. So he won't never have a hit. I
right.
get
There is like different talent. There is different aspects of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always you can be the dopest lyricist of all time, but you can sound repetitive. You can sound okay. Like ain't nobody trying. If you don't deliver it right,
yeah.
nobody catches it. You got to have a dope style, dope swag, a dope voice. It's a lot that goes into it,
Especially
bro.
in this day and time, people are not going to take that much time to figure that shit out. Like, oh, he's saying like, I ain't got time for all that.
Right.
You feel me? They want to hear something that's going to grab their ear. It's just what it is. That's a fact.
You know what? It's pretty cool though. I think Kendrick did it even back then when he did the control verse on with Big Sean. He kind
Right.
of stirred up hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He was calling out everybody. Not everybody was trying to get lyrical with it. So him and Drake battling each other.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
people are
good.
like, damn, like they're like inspired to write again. Like
Yeah, that was
Kendrick
some
did it
good shit.
again.
Yeah. On the strength of that, because they were both. It wasn't no bullshit battle like some. You know what I mean? It was really some rap. So yeah, I
Right.
respected that too. You know what I mean? And Kendrick, that was big for Kendrick. Obviously, you know what I mean. And to me, Kendrick just put a light back on the West, because of course, it's all this other shit going on, right? The West don't get the proper respect nowadays.
Right.
Besides the Kendricks, you know what I mean? But that right there, because Kendrick never, thank you, Pearl. Kendrick never really did a mustard beat and never got out like that. So that was
Right.
what I think made the song so big. The shit was just hard to beat. Mustard, you know what I mean? It was a banger.
Like that. Like I don't know if I was talking to somebody about this, but my brother. We used to talk about like Crooked Eyes, one of my favorite rappers. That's my
Crooked,
brother's
shout out
like
to Crooked, yeah.
yeah,
He's
that's his
similar to Tech Nine, so I can see
yeah,
I can see
yeah,
where you're going with. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. So like we used to talk about the game. We like the game. We like Crooked, right? And I used to tell my brother like I like the game better personally. Like I think he has better hits. I want and his music is more West Coast. Like
Yeah.
Crooked don't really have the West Coast vibe. He does. He has plenty of songs,
But he's
like
still
he
too
does a lot of hip hop.
lyrical.
He
He's
does
too
a lot of
lyrical
hip
for
hop.
people. Yeah, he's too hip.
Yeah.
Like you said. That's why I don't think he never got his proper. Even though when he was with Death Row, I think he could have did something if that would have went through. But besides that, he's too. I think he's too much for people. You know what I mean?
Right. So in a sense where like I guess you could kind of say that about Kendrick, like you said, where he's never really been like super West Coast with his.
Right.
He's had a few West Coast bangers like Woman, Weed, and Weather and different things, but like
Yeah.
I don't attach like a West Coast beat or like to Kendrick. And
Right.
like Nipsey Hussle, you attach West Coast to him all
Shout out
day.
to Nip. I was gonna ask you
You
about Nip
attach
too.
that to YG, the game, like that
Right.
sound is West Coast. So yeah, I think you're right. Like that mustard beat was just like, whoa, like Kendrick's vibing on this shit. And the thing that because Kendrick is so big, and because of this battle, like he benefits from social media where I seen a lot of posts where everybody's dissecting his lyrics and shit.
Right.
Cause nobody fucking was dissecting that shit. When you heard it, it was dope. But then
Right.
now you got this fool. Yo, he referenced this movie. He referenced this
Yeah.
this actor, and then
Right.
it was on this date. It's like, bro, now you like part of
And
it is
that's
like you
all.
probably digging and you
But
digging and
that's
you
all
finding shit.
But that's all thanks to that mustard beat, because see, with the people today, you got to get them first with that, with like I
Right.
said, that sound, that ear, that vibe, that vibe again, right? You got to get them going, and once you got them going, now they like, oh, okay, now they listening, right?
Right, and that's the
He
thing, though.
always
Like,
does that.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, maybe there's a time and place to do that. Like someone like Kendrick, he's big. He has his fan base. Obviously, everybody knows
Right.
him. Because if someone like me was to go crazy and do all these references on the track, nobody's gonna give a fuck. Nobody knows me like that. You feel me?
Right.
So like once like maybe I should do that. Not dumb my music down, but like focus on some hits. You know what I mean? Get that shit out there and then hit them with that real shit as you get bigger.
I hate to say it, but you said it yourself. You know what you got to do. If you plan on, like, if that's what you want to do, have
Yeah.
something that hits, you got to dumb it down. I mean, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what some people choose to do and some don't. But you know what I mean? You if you want that though, you definitely got to dumb it down.
You got. I
That's
think
just a fact.
there's a way to dumb it down without like completely dumbing it down. You feel me?
Right.
Like,
Respectfully.
like maybe just switch up the beats a little bit. Get some, like I said, get some females on there, and like just I can still spit hard and spit some bars, but just not complex and just like more on some fun up tempo shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's
'Cause,
ways
like,
to do it. You feel me?
Cause like perfect example, like the homie Lefty, right, who popping right now, who got the you
Right.
said the Latino thing. He at the top. He all over,
Right.
working with everyone. He ain't really in a box of Latino. Where he's been accepted. It's safe to say, right, like all over, right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
even with him, and I think Lefty can rap. Like a lot of the early shit I heard, I was like, he hard, right? But I think now it's like, again, he has such a, it's just his presence. He's just a star now. So I don't even think it's about the music, because I've yet to hear him now come with I need him to come with that one. You know what I mean? Because I think if he drops a hit right now, he'll be out of here. You know what I mean? But I ain't heard it yet.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the nail, bro. Like, I'm glad to see someone that's Chicano, someone that's a homie, getting this success, you know what I'm saying, getting this fame, because that opens up doors for artists like me. That opens up doors for other Latino or Mexican artists, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's dope, you know what I'm saying, because I don't think he's dope when it comes to music. I think he has the image. I think his character's there. I love that he speaks Chicano, like essay, what up, Holmes, what up, Vaco, Cubo. I love that shit about him. And because I see a lot of Mexican rappers nowadays that use the N word, that talk black and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I don't vibe with that personally. You feel me?
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. And I respect that Lefty said he ain't, and you know he Lefty by his whole stilo, you could tell he's influenced by a lot of black, but he said he's not going to do that though. So I respect that. You know what I mean? Like you said,
I heard that. I think he said he uses it, but he won't put it on a track.
Put it on the track,
cool. I respect that all day. So I think there's some good when it comes to Lefty gunplay. Like I said, it benefits all the artists that are Latino and shit, because that's cool. It's just cool to see a homie getting love. You feel me? Yeah. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, he's a dope ass artist. He's a dope ass lyricist. You feel me? He has an image. He has a style to him. I'll give him this. He sounds hella unique. His voice, very unique. And a lot of times it's just, you got to have a distinctive sound and a style. He has swag, bro. And
he has the swag. And I think that's what got him. No one's seen nobody like that. Do it like that. That's
and
what
like
I'm saying.
His eyes
so
like going like this. When
so how he's coming, they ain't seen it like that. So it's like everyone is just loving him, bro. So it's like that's what it is, and I think that's taking over. And like you say, not to say he doesn't have, or we don't know what he has ahead or what he can bring, but I think that's taking over so much. He's just living in that cloud right now because he's just a star.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But we still got to bring the music.
But you can't even hate like. How he's acting is how he's acting, man. This fool just came out of prison, bro, and he's blown the fuck up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with what he's doing and then how he's handling himself. You know what I'm saying? He's the biggest motherfucker right now, so he's gonna have that boosted ego to an extent. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, you know, actually like come with some heat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now that you got the shine, put a little effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you need a ghostwriter, hit me up, dog. You know, I got some bars, dog. I got bad boy. If I wrote for Lefty, god damn, homie. Holy shit.
Hey, what do you, speaking of ghostwriters, homie, let me say this right quick. I'm gonna turn it back to Deandra because I know she got something. But speaking of ghostwriter, what do you think about all this shit that keeps coming back on the homie Drake? Where like they say it's another reference track they found that was a hit that he didn't write.
Right. I mean, when you're that big,
it don't matter.
Is it a surprise to have writers? I mean,
but for rap though, we know, but I think it's becoming more common. We're seeing that now because we always lived in a fantasy that, like you said, if you're a rapper, we know R&B people have writers, but if you're a rapper, you're supposed to rap. Besides your Diddy's and Dre's and Easy, right? But if you rap, you got to write your own rap, so you ain't respected. But I think that's just a memory now, just like we talked about earlier, like gang, like shit is that's supposed to be what it is, it ain't.
Like you right though. It's funny because, like you said, R&B singers that's a known thing.
Yeah,
they're not expected to write their music, but it's always been frowned upon if you're an MC. But you've always had passes, like you said, Dre, Eazy-E, P Diddy, but like Drake he's like in a category on his own because some of his bigger hits are like R&B style shit.
Right.
So I'm not going, even though I know like from the shit I've heard, I know Drake can spit.
He can spit though. I always gave him that, like you said too. It's hard to because he does too much. He's really a pop star, right? But he can rap. I always gave him that. Always did.
And for him to go head on with Kendrick, like no one's giving him props for that, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's not even like a considered an all-time MC like that, even though he could spit. But for him to take on Kendrick and try to challenge him, like that's some props right there, bro. Like,
And he
you know,
did
he could have done
challenge
an
him.
R&B song on it. He should have
Drake
done an
went hard.
R&B song
Drake
on
went
it.
hard too, but yeah. You know, you got to give him his. You know, respectfully.
We're living in a time where image is everything, and he kind of has this, in a sense, like bitch made image that doesn't allow him to be taken seriously.
Oh, she said it.
He has a what image?
That
he said a bitch made.
Very very. He comes off as a joke. So because he comes off as a joke, no one really takes him seriously as he's good, but it's the stupid shit he does. It's the all the woman, like they're looking more at image than they are his talents, which is unfortunate.
But again, like speaking of what you just said with Lefty, when you become someone like Drake, who was obviously probably a nerd back in the day, well, we've seen him growing up, right? But to become a star and now you're the biggest shit in the world, like Michael Jackson. What do you expect? They build an ego. Like even now, that's what Kendrick said. Even in the rap, like you rap like you gangster now and thug, but we know that's not you. And that's even earlier you didn't rap like that. But you become so big, you think you can be whoever you want to be. So he's become probably a lot of people in his own mind, you know?
Right. But at the same time, he's so big. He's like you say, he's like Michael Jackson in a sense where that's how big he is right now. So at the end of the day, people that might say that he's bitch made this and that, like he might not give a fuck. He's like, I'm on top of the game. I got money. I got bitches.
Right.
I can give a fuck about homies that got my back. Even though that is important, you know what I'm saying? It depends on where you are.
But at this point, like you said, he's so big, he buys everything. So you could buy someone, you know.
Yeah.
I need this, I'll buy him. Real shit.
Drake's not in a bad spot, man. He probably got, you already know he got highness on deck.
Yeah,
he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
That's Michael Jackson. This dude, you know, he's on that status. I mean, and he has the records to prove he's the dude that's, you know, he's done it all, you know. You know what I mean? So respect to Drake, bro. You know
but when it comes to the battle though, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick got the best at it.
Kendrick, that's what I'm saying, and I respect that. That was a W for hip hop though, bro, because it was like Drake. Drake just expected he was gonna run over Kendrick. You know what I mean? He thought because he's Michael Jackson, right? You can't on one fuck with me. You know what I mean? And Kendrick respectfully humbled his ass. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, no, but like you said, at the end of the day, hip hop won, bro. It's good for hip hop. Hopefully, this motivates fools to get the pen game up and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So yeah.
So there was something that you referenced earlier. Prior to your interview, I had watched an interview that you did with another gentleman, like on a podcast, which I your answer that you gave, I thought was extremely interesting, and I liked the answer. Now, the question that I'm about to ask you kind of goes hand in hand with that, but also with rap as a whole. So I heard you say earlier about Lefty Gunplay that you like the fact that he uses certain words like ese and vato, and he doesn't use the N-word. However, hip hop comes from, obviously we know it comes from a Black and Puerto Rican culture, but it's known for being a Black culture.
Right.
So do you believe that it's kind of what I've never, because I grew up in all this, like I understand that every time like I've heard like Chicano dudes say, oh, don't say nigga, it's an insult. It comes off as if, don't insult us like that, we don't say shit like that, we're not them, right? What is your take on that, considering you are a hip-hop artist and obviously this started from somewhere? Like no one, I don't think anybody talks about that. Like,
You
see it as an insult to the originators that came before you to hear things like that.
So like I've speaking on this topic before, and it's one of those things where it's like, I respect hip hop. I love hip hop. I know the roots of it. I know where it came from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to I've always paid homage to my favorite Black rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac, Tech Nine, Crooked Eye, Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? So and some is a lot of them that I idolize. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are my heroes. So I know where hip hop came from. But when I do it, I try to pay homage to that. You know what I'm saying? And just a basic understanding of hip hop and its origins. But like you said, like there is multiple reasons why that word might not sit well with the black community as far as Mexicans saying it, or even with my own Mexican people when we see Mexicans saying it. Like you
Mhm.
said, like some people are like, nah, fuck that. That ain't your culture, homie. Like we ain't like that. We got our style. That's part of it. You know what I'm saying? If you're proud of your culture, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to insult you guys. It's not about that, in my opinion. There might be some Mexicans that are like, nah, that ain't us, fool. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because there is beef. There is. Let's not sit here and act like it's all lovey dovey. There's been a history between black and brown. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they still have that in them. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at Whack 100, and you know what I'm saying, he's an example of an old school head. You can kind of see that prison mindset where he's still like, yo, we separated in a sense where, like, no, business is business, cool, we cordial, but you can see that, and I see that in some of the people I know, some of the OGs I know. They still have issues with black people. They have it in their heart. They don't like him. They don't like them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not out there. You know what I'm saying? I there's a my one of my songs that blew me up is called Proud People. And I go respect for hip hop. I got the utmost. I was introduced to it very up close at an early age, thanks to my bigger brothers. My pops hated it and called me a lover. Bigger brothers, he called me a lover, the N word lover. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But maybe he was right though, because a lot of black rappers are my idols, like the Pox and Cubes. So I go on to pay homage. But what I'm saying is, I had a dad that didn't like that I was listening to rap, that I was all into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He would call me the N word lover and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And there's certain people that grew up in that certain era where the tension was just high. You know what I'm saying? My dad had his reasons for saying that and stuff like that. And you know, as a son, you can easily follow suit. You know what I'm saying? But I fell in love with the hip hop culture. And before that, my first love was like basketball. I used to play basketball in elementary, middle school, high school, and like you said, it's primarily a dominant black culture when it comes to basketball and hip hop. So I was always a fan. I was always appreciative of basketball players, hip hop artists, and stuff. That was a lot of people that I look up to and shit. So even with that, even with having a dad that looked down on me or like didn't like that I did rap, it's funny though about my dad. When he passed away when I was like 19, but he would say all this shit like to me, like, oh, like take that shit off, this and that, like, oh, you like that, da 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 da. But then at his job, his coworkers would my mom and my sister went over there, and they said that he would brag about me rapping to that and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that he talks shit to me about it, but
Right.
at work, oh, my son raps, you know, he does this and that. My dad was a little crazy, you know what I'm saying? But
Nah, but really, what you're saying, that's just how it is. Especially older people are have their ways. You know what I mean? And that's how they. That's just what it was, bro. I come up in that. You know what I mean? Where
right,
all that, bro. So, but I think at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, especially as kids, and we're seeing that now that we're older and we see the kids influenced by what they're influenced by, and that's something no one can help or prevent or stop. You know what I mean? When you're influenced by what you're influenced by, that's just what it's going to be. And again, we live like in America, bro. So it's like everyone is all in here together. So you know what I mean? Stuff that we see, everything is going to be different things. If we were all in one place, if you were in Mexico, I was in Africa, or wherever we're from, a country, you're gonna see people wearing dashikis and shit in Africa, or people wearing whatever. But we're here in America, so all this shit is influencing all of us. You know what I mean?
right,
Obviously, so
right,
that's what it's gonna be. And back to the thing with the N word and all that. I think the youngsters are just being influenced by that. But you were older people were influenced by that too. That's nothing new, and they didn't do it. You know what I mean? So it's like I think it's a
exactly,
different mindset than what these kids do. And at the end of the day, I just think it's gonna it's always gonna sound off to some people, because that's just like a black dude saying his raps essay all the time. You know, it's not gonna
yeah,
come off right.
exactly,
So it's
exactly,
especially to other people. So I just think that's what it comes down to. Is okay to be influenced and all that, but just be yourself. You know what I mean? And still, you could be hard as fuck being.
right,
You know what I mean? That don't take away from it. You know what I mean? So I think that's what a lot of youngsters got to understand, is just be yourself, because now we see that's what it is. People just followers, bro. You know what I
right,
mean?
right. Yeah, and that goes to show, like you said, it just shows the influence of hip hop. everybody's using that word nowadays. It's not just Mexican kids; it's white kids too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the young kids.
All,
But
Chinese, all everyone.
but what I think of what I answered the question too is like, to me it's like, you know, that's one reason where it's like, yo, that's not us, bro. Like, that's their culture. We got our culture. We got our lingo, right? But at the same time, too, what I was trying to get at was in my previous interview was like, a lot of these youngsters, they might not know the origins and the history of that word. You
That
feel
part.
me?
That
And
part.
as far as like, and how you guys flipped it and how you guys made it your own. You know what I'm saying? To me, if I was black, like that would be like
Because
sacred. You
people
feel me?
don't know, like you said, what that word was used against you back in the day. So to take that and flip it, you know, and that's one way to look at it, which is, but I even think now to be a little more educated, older people should know that ain't even really cool, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, of course I've used it a lot in my life, but now I don't like that. You know what I mean? Especially,
Right.
you know what I mean, respectfully, and when I'm in the press, you know what I mean? You know,
Right.
so it's like, I think everyone has to take accountability too at one time or another, because it still don't make it right, bro. Because
Right.
that word ain't right. You know what I mean? The real,
And
and it has been what it's been, but at some point you gotta, like, okay, just like we talked about growing up, you know what I mean? A lot of things you
right.
gotta put in perspective, bro.
Right, and it's one of those things where it's like, to me, like it feels like it's getting watered down. Like
Exactly.
you're almost like, I like that you guys flipped it and made it your own. But even in that aspect, like you said, within your community, some people might not vibe with that. Some people might,
Yeah.
you know. But it was something sacred where we're like, no, we took the power, the negative power
Yeah, exactly.
away from that word, and we started calling ourselves that. Like, that's our shit now. Like, we can say it.
Yeah,
So it's like, people say it too loosely, bro. They say it like if it ain't nothing,
exactly.
without considering
Exactly.
how it might feel to the black community.
That,
You
and
know what
that's
I'm
my
saying?
point. That's my point right there. And it's just become like it's like commercialized now. And that
Right.
ain't,
You know
you
what
know,
I'm saying?
enough.
And it takes away, to me, it takes away some of that
Yeah.
sacredness to it. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, like, and I see these kids, is like, my
They
brother
don't
said
even
it
know.
too.
They
My
don't
brother
even
was
know
telling me
better.
he works with a Mexican dude, and he just says that word left and right. And he said when one of the black managers came into the room, he stopped saying that word. You feel me? So it's kind of like, if you ain't gonna say it around black people, then
Yeah.
why you
At
even, like,
all.
to me, that's fake.
Exactly.
That already shows you something. Like,
Exactly.
yo, bro, you saying it over here with your homies and shit. But are you gonna go to this black gentleman's house and say it around his mom, say it around his dad and his whole
Right.
family?
Right.
Hell no, you ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's accepted in certain hoods. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
It's
that's
accepted, it
one.
seems, everywhere. If you hear younger people talk, but like you said, they know around some people. But normal, if you listen to a normal, I don't care what race they are, a normal youngster's conversation, just ear hustle, they're gonna be talking like that, bro.
Yeah, and it trips me out too, because I be getting approached by Mexican homies, essayed out, and they be, yo, what's up? I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
what up,
That's
dog?
crazy.
You know, I
And
don't know
that's
how to
crazy to
react.
me because I come up in that. That's crazy to see that. You know what I mean?
I was like, what's up, fool? Like, yeah, Cuba, homie. Like, I'm chilling, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stick to my and I said this before too, like, about Little Rob. Little Rob, I love Little Rob. I grew up listening to Little Rob, and what I love about Little Rob, he's old school. He's
Yeah,
cholo. He's
yeah,
pelon. He dresses like an old school homie, and he's one of the biggest Mexican rappers that ever was. You feel me? He didn't have to change his
I
style. He
respect
didn't
that.
have to you know,
I
try to be
respect that
something he's
too.
not. You feel
That's why
me?
I
And
love
that's what I
Lil
like
Ron.
about Gunplay. Gunplay
Yeah,
keeping it rasa. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So what does that show? Show the people we're gonna embrace someone that because, like, as far as the Chicano culture, we gonna embrace someone that's like keeping it old school, keeping it real.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that goes to show with Little Rob, even with MC Magic and stuff like that. A lot of the big people and be writers, some of the most famous Mexican artists that we have, they don't use that word. You feel me? Not to
And
say that,
it goes
not to
both,
say that that
just like you
fools
said,
that
they
do.
go hand in hand because the inspiration or who inspired goes both hand. Like the black to the, just like the rap may be inspired, but the Chicano culture or the whole, like, me personally, like younger, like how homies dressed and how the shit was just different. You seen black homies kind of do their way, sag a little. Homies always had they shit pressed,
Yes.
G'd up, you know, everything to a T. You know what I mean? And people take from that too. You know what I mean? A lot of shit
Yeah,
it
and
goes hand in hand, bro.
that's primarily a West Coast thing. Like
Yeah,
the blacks in the West Coast, you see the style, you see Ice Cube, Dub C, Mac 10, you see the low lows. That's the low riders. That's you know that's
yes,
our shit too. But it's a West Coast thing too,
Yeah.
man. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So that they can't do it like the West, dog. That's all I gotta say. They can't.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point that I was like getting at is because me and Judo grew up like around a lot of Hispanic people. So the thing is, like, he sees one perspective, I see another. Like, he sees the perspective of, he sees how it's disrespectful, he sees how, it shouldn't be used at all. Me, on the other hand, I see it as, hey, have some respect for where it started, and don't look at it as if we're beneath you. That's how I look at it, because that's how it's been presented to me. Don't say that shit, we're not them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, and I get that point of view, and you might be correct. Some Mexicans might say it in that way, like, "Nah, we're not like them. We're better than them." You know what I'm saying? But that's not everybody's interpretation of it. And like, I can be here and be like, "Nah, fool, like, don't say you. You don't gotta say it. Like, that's our like we got our stilo. Like, just be proud of what you are. We're not
Right.
shitting. I'm not shitting on you guys by saying like, no, don't say that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like. But I can see how you can interpret it that way though too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's all
But
perspective.
the one thing I love about like but also with the unity, like the styles are semi-similar with a twist of change, So
Yeah.
when I hear G-Lew say like, sometimes that's just how it is, I do feel like as artists, as rappers, like it's also a responsibility to like try to, unify it a little more and just say, hey, you know what, like we don't do that. However, like we're all one, kind of, because it is
Right.
a West Coast, like the styles that the Cholos have and like the G's have from like South Central Crips Bloods, like it's very similar.
Right,
It's
right,
just
exactly.
different colors and things. Maybe I had here, like, a jewelry here, like for the girls, you know what I'm saying? Very
Yeah,
similar.
no,
They
definitely,
also have their
definitely.
difference.
There's always been similarities, and it's one of those things where, but at the same time, it's like back in the day, it was more tension between black and brown. There wasn't that many black and brown artists collabing. I feel like that's more common now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
black and brown are actually working together more. You know what I'm saying? And if that word helps bridge the gap, like if Mexicans are saying it and the blacks are cool with it to an extent, not to say that all the blacks are, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that part of the revolution? Is that like, okay, cool, you can say it? Because I've seen like some black podcasts where it's primarily African American people and they're talking about that. And one gentleman was like, "Oh no, man, the Mexicans, they can say it, man. They earn that. You know what I'm saying? They struggle like us, this and that. And there might be different opinions. You know what I'm saying? In each culture, but it's one of those things where I think nowadays black and brown, the tension is not as big as it was back in the day, and
That's
that's a good
definitely
thing. That's
that's a
actually a
fact.
good thing.
No. That's a fact. I'm glad you said that, because if like what we're saying, if even how crazy that sounds, but if that's what it is, that's taking to, you know what I mean, bridge that gap and have
Right.
more understanding, because that's what I just salute the youngsters. What I do like about the youngsters though is that part. Like, you're not seeing that as much anymore. Everyone is. And I think that's just evolution. You know what I mean? Like I said, again, we're in America, bro. Everyone's going to mix and mingle.
Right.
So I think just how the youngsters are getting that out of their minds, where it's less, that racial shit. You know what I mean? That's love. I do love that about the youngsters. I think that's where the future's going. But I think like Deandra said, I think we still have to, that's what the youngsters are lacking, I think, though, nowadays, is the education and the history about everything they're doing. They have no clue, and they don't really want to have a clue. They're just in their own world. But they
don't
need to
care. They
know.
don't
If you
care to
don't know
know.
where you've been, you don't know where you're going.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, it's like it could be one of those things. It's like a bittersweet, or it's like a 50-50 thing. Like I might not like it, or like it looks weird to me when Raza saying that, but at the same time, if they can say it amongst their black friends, and their black friends are cool with it, who am I to say like you can't say that? You feel me? Like it's
But I think,
I can't tell you what and what not to say. You know what I'm saying?
but
This
if
is
you get
America,
someone,
right? Freedom of speech and
if
all
you
that.
get someone older, again, they're gonna not like that, and that's black or Hispanic, whoever, because black, like real talk, even black, like who have moms and dads, they don't like their kids like talking like that. Real
Right.
talk, that's like a bad word. You know what I mean?
I've
But it's
heard that.
so accepted. So that don't make it better. You know what I mean? But like, I understand what you're saying, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. It could be, like you said, as weird as it sounds. Maybe that could is maybe it's working. It's bridging the gap. Like, well, let's vibe together. You know what I'm
But do
saying?
you
So,
think because the homegirl right here Ashley said more OGs need more OGs? I was gonna say that earlier. Do you think kind of what Deandra said too? Because it kind of goes back to what's going on now is the gap has been so big with the OGs and the younger homies. There's no communication anymore where the older homies teach the younger homies or the younger homies look up. That's what we did. We looked up to the older homies, so we understood. But now that's not there, and it's so far to the point the older homies don't even want to deal with the young homies, and the young homies don't even care for them old. They like them old. They don't even care at all. So
you know what it is? It's one of those things too, where like hip hop is so powerful, and everybody likes to copy everybody. So when
yeah,
something's trending, when there's a certain style of music that's trending, everybody's trying to do that. Everybody's trying to use the same words. Everybody's trying to do this, do that. If you go to one of my shows, I always make the crowd. I'm gonna get real Chicano on y'all real quick. Now let me hear you say orale, say
right,
orale, say what's up, fool. I'm out there bringing that Chicano culture. So I think she's right as far as like we need more OGs or more homies like me that are old school with it, that are speaking that lingo, that are successful in music, because that might show the kids like, oh damn, no, we can. The cholos, like if you look at it right now, a lot of the homies, a lot of these kids, they doing more of the
yeah,
raza shit.
they doing
They're
it. Yeah,
doing more of the cholo shit
they
now
doing it.
because it's popping. Because you know what I'm saying. Because oh damn, I guess it is. I guess people do like that. I guess there's still a bunch of homies that dress like that. If you go to LA, you go to a block party, it looks like a '90s movie. It
Yeah,
looks like Blood In Blood Out, bro. That's never been. It never went away. It
right.
just wasn't popping. It just wasn't mainstream. Now they pushing Lefty Gunplay because damn, there's a fan base for that. There's a bunch of homies that dress like that like that shit. Let's push them. Let's push them. Everybody's hopping on that, bro. And that's what it is. You need more homies. You need more, like I said, more like Ashley said, more influence.
Yeah,
That's that speak that lingo, that Chicano culture, because it shows the kids like, okay, damn, we can do that. We can be successful. We can be big and have success in music. Like that's what I said in the interview before. Like that's what Little Rob showed me. Little Rob showed me you can be successful using words like essay, like orale Simon. Not that I'm copying Little Rob. No, like I'm like that. That's how I talk. That's how I talk to my family. That's how I talk to my homies. Hey, you vato, what about hey, yes, sir. Like that's my normal lingo, dog. So I'm gonna put that on a track. That's what I do.
right.
And a lot of times what bugs me the most is that there's a lot of raza, a lot of young kids that think it's corny, bro. Ah, that's corny, that's outdated. You know what I mean? Like over here shitting on what your uncles were, what your parents were and shit. Like trying to
That's what
because
I'm saying. The
because
lack
it's
of
not
respect.
mainstream, because it's not popular. You're over here like, nah, I'm a dress more like the black style and say the N word and this and that. But it's like now you're shitting on our culture. Now you're shitting on your own culture, bro. I don't mind if you want to do all that, but don't sit here and say that, oh, it's corny, it's whack, it's outdated. Like who the fuck are you to say original style is outdated and
But
a style
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. The respect and the edge is lost now because you wouldn't dare, even if you felt that way, you wouldn't dare even do that. Like just how like you say hip hop, and I'm only saying this. I grew up around a lot of Mexicans, but even though like you said you're influenced by hip hop, you personally and your homeboys. But what's gonna be playing when you go when the party when someone's having a quinceañera or you're with the family? What's gonna be playing? Mexican music. You're gonna
You
be.
already know.
You're not
We
gonna say,
getting down with
"Oh,
the
cut that shit
banda,
off." You're not gonna
yeah.
say cut that, nah. But like that's my point again, though. The youngsters, they don't have no respect, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different, bro. It's different times, but I'm in the mix like that. Like I'm still current, I guess you could say, because like when I do these shows with Little Rob, MC Magic, Baby Bash, whoever it is, they're all performing their old songs. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
I'm actually there performing my current song. So, and I'm having success, and it's cool. Like so it's one of those things where I'm an old soul. I'm old school with it. You can say I'm 36 years old, and um, I had a taste of the old school, and I'm currently living and currently rapping in the new generation. So what
Right.
I gotta do is bridge that gap in a way, or make the old school stilo appealing to these youngsters. You know what I'm saying? I have plenty homies that are like mid age that like my music. You know what I'm saying? Cuvo, I love that. Yeah, Cuvo. That's some more of our lingo right there. But it's like I gotta I purposely put this lingo in my songs. You know what I'm saying? To show fools, like I could do like a whole hip hop beat and make it all Chicanoed out, but dope. Like, yeah, fool. Like, we got our style. Like embrace that motherfucking shit. You feel me? So it's like, but yeah, it's a good. It is what it is, man. Like, it's me as an artist right now. Like I said, you got to make moves to where I don't want to be just loved by one specific type of people or
Right.
age. My music needs to be like loved by everybody, all ages, all races, and all male, female. I love when I look at my Spotify. I got like 52% male listeners, like 48% female listeners. It's like in the middle.
Right.
So that's good. Like you need girls to like your shit, dog.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel
For
me?
sure.
They the ones
They the
that buy your
ones, homie,
merch.
that buy exactly. Nowadays, they are the main consumers, bro. That's gonna
Like,
actually, support it and like money wise. You know what I mean?
yeah. You look at my merch table, it's like 80% for the females. I
Yeah.
got a little section there for the homies right there. You know what I'm saying? But all the females be buying all the stuff, dog, and it is what it is. Like you gotta accommodate that. You gotta do music for them too. And I think it's just about being balanced. It's about being you know, versatile. That's why I love Tupac so much, man. He could
Yes.
do Dear Mama and he could do Hit 'Em Up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like a wide range of emotions right there.
Yeah. Like you
So
just said, he had a perfect balance. The females loved him just as much as the dudes, vice versa.
right,
So
right. He's
that's
just
like,
like the realest motherfucker ever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
See, but the thing is, the female consumers, when it comes to artists in general, male artists, whether it be hip hop, R&B, whatever, 9 times out of 10, the reason that they are supporting the artist because it's fine as shit. That's why.
yeah,
9 times out of 10.
the girls gotta like you for sure, for the most part. Yeah.
Yes.
it's true, bro. You gotta be the girls. The
You
girls
gotta
make
look a particular way.
they make the world go round. You know what I'm saying? Like Too
Yeah.
Short, like pussy make the world go round.
Yeah, for
Now,
sure.
speaking of which, with this question, as far as the Chicano rap and it going mainstream, I've seen like throughout the years of me listening to Chicano hip hop from like the late '90s when they had like the Pocos Pero Locos show, and then Little Rob blowing up, and then for like in the early 2000s, and then MB Writers and MC Magic in the middle, like when
Right.
when we were in high school. Um, how important do you think it is for Chicano rap to finally reach that point where it goes like mainstream, like to have more Little Robs in the
Right.
mainstream industry, to be on the
Oh,
power
that's
sixes and 92.3s? Like how important do you think that is in general for the culture? And do you see yourself as an artist wanting to reach that type of fame?
oh, definitely. I definitely want. I mean, I do music to inspire people, to inspire my culture, but of course you want to be successful. Of course you want to be beloved and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The bigger I get, the more people get to hear my message because a lot of what I rap about is like I said, is about that real shit. It's about, I'll actually go into specific stories about, injustice, about atrocities that happen to specific people. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear some of my music, there's stories about Brandon Javier Alvarez. I was a Marine who supposedly killed himself, but if you look at the case, it's very sketchy. So I've been outspoken about that. A lot of the street vendors that have been attacked and stuff. So at the end of the day, it's very important for Chicano culture or for Chicano rap to get big, to get mainstream, because that sheds more light on our issues. A lot of times, I've said this before, if you look at Black Lives Matter, you look at Stop Asian Hate, they get a lot of times, call it what you want to call it if it's politically, influenced, but they get headline news, they get their stories on the news, they get worldwide news. And when it comes to our people, when it comes to street vendors that are getting robbed and killed, nobody gives a fuck. You feel me? At least that's how I feel. That's how it feels like. And so I've been outspoken about that. So if there is going to be Chicano rap that makes it the mainstream, whether it's me, whether it's someone else, I just hope that they shed light on our stories. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do this music for. It's to be like Tupac. You feel me? For my people, and like put our stories out there. This is what's going down. You know what I'm saying? Look at this case. Look at that case. Hip hop artists have so much influence. You feel me? And if they shed light on certain topics, certain stories, the more people will see it and talk about it. So it's very important. And I would love to be that person, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you get
Hey,
there, don't fucking don't be a don't not talk about real shit. Like use that platform, you know what I'm saying?
hey, but do you think I'm gonna say this because I just thought about this? Do you think? 'Cause I hear you keep mentioning Pac, which is my favorite too, But do you think? Do you think people now? Do you think the world, like these youngsters, can even like accept like a Tupac, like you know what I mean? Because it's like again, you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
You
You
know,
got to dumb it down so people don't want to. I don't know if they even care. Like you know what I mean. I don't know.
look, people kids grow up, bro. You know what I'm saying? All these kids, they can only bump this shit for so long till they're like, okay,
Right.
they turn 22, 23, or maybe 30. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, I gotta get like, they actually out here trying to get a job and do real shit. So that old club shit, whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
was
Where?
bumping,
Yeah.
they passed that. You know what I'm saying? And now they want to hear some real shit. There's always gonna be room for real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a world where we don't stay young forever. People
Yeah.
mature. And those people that are maturing, they want to look and hear real hip hop. There's always going to be an
And
audience for that.
that's a good thing about the internet. There's always something there for you. But mainstream though, why? Just like they keep you in the club. Like a motherfucker can't grow
Yeah.
up. They gonna keep you in the club forever. Like, I'm 52. I'm 42. I'm not in the club no more. But that's what they push. Everything is that club music. If you want to
Hey,
hit,
you
you gotta
like,
have that
like,
club
like,
sound.
like, you blaming it on hip hop now, dog.
No, but to be quite
Like
honest,
shit.
I don't feel that a lot of people like you can tell a true hip hop head when you're not screaming your hip hop artists that are made like everybody knows about Pug, everybody knows about Cube and shit like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think the younger generation is listening to Tupac for the reasons that we
That's my
think.
point. Yeah.
I don't think they're listening to Tupac because of his message. They're listening to Tupac because that's Pac. Let me listen to Pac.
Yeah.
And you don't even know what you're listening to.
The thug.
Right,
That's why
right.
I
That's
think Pac was so big. People probably love that thug side of him more so than, but he still had the balance. But a lot of people cling on to that thug part.
To the
You know what I
image
mean?
as
To the point
opposed to the music.
that Death Row took him, and that's why he's out of here now because that shit overrode the Pac. He's supposed to be. But that's another story.
yeah. Nah, but I mean, yeah, that definitely. I just think Pac was just like you say. He had everything. I think it was his personality too, and he was in movies. He was just like a superstar in all aspects. A lot of his interviews, like if you watch his interviews, those are just as good as music. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's one of those things where he was like a special human being, and he was ahead of his time. And I think and that's why people loved him so much too. Yeah, and he was thugged out. He didn't give a fuck. Like he spoke his mind. You feel me? And that's what was so raw about him, and that's what people love about him is love him or hate him. Like you always gotta respect someone that speaks their mind, and you can tell he ain't bullshitting. So he's just real, and people at the end of the day, people like real. So
That part.
but but R.I.P. man, like that. There's not enough Tupacs nowadays. There's
Man.
not that you like. There's not gonna ever be a Tupac. You feel me? Like,
We
but
had Nip. We had Nip, and he was young. They took him out. So it's like
man, that's
these
crazy.
the ones who really had a shot at it. I don't know.
Yeah, Nip was speaking on some shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was actually doing stuff in his community, in his hood. So he was trying to
Yeah,
make
but
change.
he
But
was a
it's crazy.
good one because he was still a balance with the young and the old. He had that balance too, where the youngsters
Right.
fucked with him and the older. So he was the one, but they, took him out of here, So since that, it's like it's been rough on me.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's tough, man. And it's one of those things where it's like, they say the good die young, right? That's what Pac said. And it's like, it kind of seems like that's all true. Like, like, it's unfortunate. It always seems like the good ones, the ones that could have made a difference, that ones
Yeah,
that could have influenced, they the ones that
yeah,
go away. So it's one of
yeah,
those
bro.
things.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
you do a lot of public speaking and community work also based on your music.
Yeah, so like I've been blessed to like be invited to a lot of like protests, rallies, and stuff like that. I've been very, like I said, I'm outspoken in my music, and I've shed light to stories that are going on in out there in the streets, whether it's the street vendors or whether it's certain individuals, you know what I'm saying, and that look like me, they're Latino, Mexican, or Chicano. but it's a blessing to partake in a lot of that stuff. I was really close with a good friend with Eden Enamorado, who's currently locked up. It's him and
Mm.
6 other people that are locked up with him right now. They're calling them the Justice Eight. One of
Oh,
them
they're
did
they're,
get,
st- they're still incarcerated.
yes, they're
Oh
still in
wow.
jail.
Yeah,
It's one
I
of
heard
those
about that one
things.
a while ago.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like there's not enough publicity on that either. You feel me?
Mm-mm.
And it's just like,
You heard
and he
about it
was
for like a month and then it was done. Oh, what happened there? Oh, what did we? Oh, wait a minute. What happened? What did we miss? Oops. G-Lew, we lost him. Let's see if we can get him back on, people. He'll be back on in a second, hopefully. Let's see. Okay, thank you for being patient. We lost Hypnotic, but he'll be back in a few minutes, I'm sure. So in the meantime, while we wait, so next week we're going to be featuring Trino and Adam. They're a same-sex couple who has done a lot of influencing in the Chicano community as far as same-sex relationships. And then as far as me, guys, I will be doing a runway show August 8th in the city of West Covina. There he is. Okay. Did we get him back on? What did we
I
miss? What happened to Hypnotic?
Hypnotic, you there? What? I don't know what happened.
It looks like he might be, but I'm not sure.
He's
Like
there. I don't see him.
I could see his screen, but I don't see him, and I can't hear him either. If you also try going back out and coming back in.
Yeah, let me. Yeah. Yeah, try to go out. Okay, he did it. He did it. Okay, hopefully he'll come right back. I was like, what happened? Shout out to the homegirl, Mia Brown in the 562 in the chat. What's up, homegirl? Let's see. Oh, I fixed my name. Oh, that's Ashley Safford. Oh, that's the homegirl though. We're waiting on the homie to come back. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was just random. Out of nowhere.
All around him.
I thought we had a timer set.
I don't know what happened. But while we're waiting on him, tell us, Deandra, what you got going on? You're a busy girl. Like, what you got
Okay.
going on, girl?
So I have a sponsorship that I've put in on for Chicano Elegance June 15th. So I have 8 open spots where people can come in. They're $100 a spot, and basically what you get is red carpet. You get the entertainment, you get the dinner, and you're able to enjoy the show from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So you're able to because I think without the sponsorship, it's a lot of walking around and not being able to sit. So
Right.
with the sponsorship package, you get your red carpet, you get gift bags, dinner, entertainment, and then you have your table.
Oh, that's dope. And when is this again? The 15th, you said?
15,
where?
so not this weekend, but next weekend. So if you guys want a spot, oh, girl, we're still not done. So if you want a spot for Chicano Elegance, just DM me and then we'll go ahead and arrange something so you guys could be a part of that table. So it's 8 spots available. The second thing is I will be doing a fashion show at West Covina Mall August 10th at House of Mara. I'm trying to actually get them onto our show sometime in September. So they're going to be doing a fashion show for their new line, and tickets are going to be available. I'm going to put the link in the story as well as on the hey,
There he
My
is.
bad. What happened? I got cut off.
I don't know what happened. It was like, whoa, you know what I mean?
I was mid sentence.
We're like, what
Sorry
happened?
about
You just
that.
left?
Sorry about that.
Um,
I don't know
no,
what
you're
happened.
good. We were talking about, oh,
Yeah, Justice 8, like the Eden, he's still locked up and stuff. Yeah,
so
but I
your
guess what I was
community
saying
work.
was like I've done a lot of work with him, and it's just it's a blessing to I mean I want to do more, you feel me, but like it's a balance thing too. I gotta get my career up there and try to become big so I can have a bigger voice, a bigger platform. But when I can attend these community events, I'm always there and I'm always getting invited to them and stuff. So and I've been involved in, like I said, different protests, different rallies, and they like to come and invite me out as a guest speaker and stuff like that. So it's just cool to have that respect amongst community organizers, activists, the indigenous community. You feel me? Like I'm always so proud of the Mexican, Chicano, and all that stuff, but it goes deeper with the indigenous community like that. That's like the natives that were from here and stuff, and they educate me on it goes beyond just the title of Mexican. It goes beyond the title of American. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey,
it's
break. Not to cut you off, but since you said that, can you break that down? Because I see that's becoming like more. I would say people getting more educated. I don't know what to say, woke or educated, but I'm hearing a lot of more people. You know what I mean, and embrace that more indigenous and all that. But it could get caught up in people. Again, fad and follow, not knowing what they're talking about though. So can you break that down? For
right,
people.
right. And I'm still learning, and that's what I'm saying is that I never like. I mean, I've always been like, you see a lot of homies. We get
Right.
Aztec tats, tattoos, and we got Aztec on our shirts and stuff like that, without really fully knowing or really being educated on that. And so at the end of the day, it's like it's when it comes to like the Mexican people, we are a mix when it comes to like there was indigenous people in the Americas. They were like, whether it was the Mayans or the Aztecs and the Spanish. The Spanish from Spain, they came over here and they conquered. I mean, and they started pillaging and raping our people and shit and taking over. So a lot of what we are now, a lot of us is a mixture of indigenous blood and Spanish blood. You feel me? And some people have more Spanish blood. Some people might have more indigenous blood. Some of us are mixed, and so a lot of people, they might not know, like we're Mexican, right? That's our country. That's the country it became. But when it comes down to your bloodline and stuff like that, we really are part native and part Spanish. You feel me? So it's like, and then some people like it's just very extreme, man. Like,
Well, let me ask you this, because I hear a lot of people. It's a lot of talk. I don't know. I'm not Mexican. I can't speak. I'm just saying what I hear. Like that becomes like almost an infighting thing too. See a lot of people now going back and forth on who, okay, 100% Mexican, or if you're a little bit mixed with something else, Central America, Salvador, whatever. You know what I mean? And it's almost an infighting thing when, like you said, at the end of the day, it's already a lot of mixed stuff, and you probably don't even know it.
right.
So
Right,
how does that work?
exactly. So it's like, and that's different, man. El Salvadorians, that's a completely like different race.
Right.
Guatemalans, but people like to it seems like they bottle all that up into like Mexicans and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of different like countries, Central American countries and stuff. I'm not the most educated on this. Like I said, I'm still learning, but it's one of those things where it's like, uh, all those people too, the El Salvadorians, Guatemalans, and if I'm not mistaken, they had their tribes too. They're indigenous people that were there from the beginning. You feel me? And a lot of times, like I said, like the Spanish came here. And they took over. You feel me? They were occupying this land for a while. It was Spain, and but like a different like
So when you do,
their spot.
so let me get this clear though. So when someone says they are indigenous, does that mean still, even though you're saying it's a mixture, but that still means you have to be like Mexican fully, or is that cross
Yeah.
like
So when someone says they're indigenous, I can say I'm indigenous because I have indigenous blood and Spanish blood in me. You know what I'm saying? At least to my understanding. Like my parents came from Mexico, right? But but I haven't done my blood test and all that stuff. But like when someone says like, that's the thing. Indigenous, like I feel like when you watch Spanish sitcoms, like my mom watches novelas all the time, and it's always light skinned Mexicans in there. You know what I'm saying? They even discriminate on darker skinned Mexicans. You feel me? There's always been a discrimination towards darker people in most countries. It seems
That's,
that
that's,
way.
that, that's the thing too. Like, not to cut you off again, but I look at this is me personally because I grew up around all of it, and the thing, the crazy thing to always see the divide in us, right? With Mexican, black, and brown, that we're really the same. Not in the sense that we definitely are different cultures, but we're the same far as a lot of things, and it's just, I think it's more of a pride thing than anything, than to see that we are really the same, especially how we live here.
Right.
You know what I mean? How we go up, how we grow up. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. You know what I mean? But that's why when you say that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that in so many ways we're similar, but it's just probably a pride thing that keeps it
It
divided.
is, and it's a competitive thing too. We're in a country, in this white man's world. You feel me? And we're out here trying to come up, and we're both minorities, and we're like, yo,
Yeah,
like, that's me. Like, all for me, all for me. Fuck y'all, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We're competing, natural to compete with each other. And I could be wrong on some of the stuff I'm saying when it comes to the indigenous stuff, but for the most part, I have a general idea. But I got people, Heron, Eden, and different like community activists that know to a T. Those are the people you need to talk to. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you
Right.
like a little valid, a little thing of
We lost. I don't. There he
Mexicans,
is.
like
Mhm.
Mexican, like they don't really. If I feel like a lot of them are ashamed to embrace their indigenous side. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us Mexicans were, like I said, we're mixed with natives, indigenous blood, and Spaniard blood. But they ain't quick to claim indigenous. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, hey, like I'm like, hey, you're indigenous, right? You're part indigenous, you're part native. Nah, I'm Mexican. It's like, it's like Mexican is just like American. We're
Yeah.
American, right? But that's not a race in a sense. It's necessarily. You feel me? Like there's
And two, what you said
so
too. That's what I'm going to say too earlier when you talk
when you
about.
when you break it down, I'm always gonna say I'm Mexican. That's where I'm from. Soy Mexicano. You feel me?
Right.
But that's where my parents came from. But when you break it down, Mexicans, it's a mixture of cultures. It's a mixture of the natives that were there already, and Spanish for the most part, the Spaniards. So
Right.
there's technicalities, you feel me? But where it gets a little complicated is there's indigenous people that they don't like. They might have Spanish blood in them, but they totally like fuck Spanish, fuck Spain. They
Yeah.
came over here and they raped us. They forced us to have this religious. They forced us to believe in God and Christ and all that stuff. And it's crazy because I grew up Catholic. My mom, we believe in Jesus Christ and all that stuff. So I'm over here like I fuck with my indigenous community, but they like, nah, fuck Jesus, fuck. Not all of them, but they like,
I
nah,
get it.
like
I
that
get it.
that shit
I
was
get it.
forced on you. You feel me?
I
Like
get it.
this is you feel me? Like you
I get
forced to
it.
believe that.
And I was saying that too, like with blacks, like the same way they hate, like you said earlier, light skin, dark skin, is people that's the same in the community. People that are lighter are treated differently than people
Yeah.
that's darker. You know what I mean? And then when cultures, Africans that come over here to this country, they don't like the regular the American blacks over here.
That's what I heard too. I heard that.
That's
That's
real
crazy.
shit.
Yeah. So I think it's funny because I always push unity and like what I'm saying, and this and that, but like there's so much, we find a million reasons to hate on each other. You feel
Yeah.
me? And that's the unfortunate part, man. It's like it's almost like it's hard to believe there could be unity when, and first of all, Mexicans are fighting amongst Mexicans all the time, or what, for whatever fucking reason, the indigenous stuff, the no, you were born here, you weren't born here. You know what I'm saying? With politics now, Republican, Democrat, it's crazy because politics runs so much people's lives. Like they'll change their whole lifestyle. They'll change how they thought about a person just because they like Trump, or they like, or like they're the Democratic side. Like now they like,
Right.
nah,
And
fuck,
that's becoming a
like your
cool thing.
parents were immigrants, bro. Like you forget that your mom or your grandma was illegal. But now you're like, fuck illegals. It's that don't make no sense to me, dog. You feel me? That's just, I don't know, bro. Like, don't get me started with all that shit.
Yeah, that's why I say that's a whole nother because that thing right there, that's gonna be big too when this election comes, because we're gonna see. But that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it's crazy, man. Like I think that's what it is. Like if people, even like Mexicans, like a lot of us aren't educated on that. The only reason I've become more educated on the indigenous stuff and the history is because of the rallies and the protests I've been invited to. So when I'm over there and I'm hearing these people like speak about all that shit, I'm like, oh damn, like okay, I get where you're coming from, but they might come off like it's cool. Like learn your roots, learn your indigenous side too. You feel me? Like, but like when you saying like some of them go extreme, like no, like like to where they saying F Jesus and F Christ, F your religion. It's like yo, bro. Like a lot of us have picked up that religion and it's sacred and it means something to us. And I get it. Like you might not believe in it, but there's ways to approach it. There's ways to like.
I mean,
You're not gonna get me to want to learn about more of that when
it
you're
should
like,
be
fuck.
respect.
Yeah,
But that again, because again, we live in America, so bro, it's like you're gonna have different cultures, different religions, all that. So it has to be respected on this on the across the board. You know what I mean?
right.
It has to be.
Yeah, I mean that's my approach. And say, I might have a certain opinions on things, but when I write my verses, when I write my raps, and when I speak, I try to be respectful and try to put myself in the other person's shoes as
That's all
well.
you can be. I've met I've known, and not to call like that, but I've met and learned to know people that I find out they're atheists, bro. And I'm like, wow. When you think of someone that's atheist, like you automatically think how we're thought, oh, they're like bad or the devil, you know what I mean? And then these are some of the nicest people, which is their thing, right? But
Right,
it just fucks me up, you know what I mean? So I guess again, it goes across the board to just respect everyone, you know what I mean? Because that
right.
fucked me up. I've been like, them some of the nicest people. Like I know a couple, right? And it's weird to me, like how, but I can't, you can't, you know,
Yeah,
everyone individual.
yeah.
They, you can't make someone, or whatever.
Out of all the people, Sam Smith, he's Sam Smith,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
artist.
yeah.
He has a song called "Everybody Prays in the End," like when you're on your deathbed. If you're like, what I'm saying, if you're about to die, you
Yeah,
might
yeah.
you might pray
You
then.
say,
You
oh
feel me?
God,
Right. So that's pretty crazy. That was powerful when I heard that. I was like, damn, like, low key.
that's some real shit though. That's real.
Right. Yeah, that's true. It made me
That's crazy. But you don't gotta wait till you're on your deathbed, man. You gotta do
exactly.
it. You don't gotta
Right.
wait, man.
It's like just in case it's real, man. Let me
Yeah, man.
God
Don't
forgive
wait
me
to
for
do
not
that.
believing in you this whole
Give it to
time.
them now. You know what I mean? It's like insurance. You pay your insurance. You don't use that. Get your soul right, man. Like you pay for your insurance and all the other shit. Do that with God, whatever God you serve.
Right, yeah. But nah, man, there's a lot, man. Like it's like it's one thing. Like we talked about earlier, it's cool that the black and brown they doing more projects together. But it's like how can we unite when our cultures ain't united themselves? You feel me?
Right,
Like we gotta fix that
That's
too.
facts. Because at the end of the day, as many problems like you said that we have with the brown and brown, it's still the blacks kill the most blacks, browns kill the most browns. Period.
Exactly, bro. And then
Right.
that's just how it is. And but and a lot of that too is like we live where we live. We
Yeah.
surrounded by our people.
You're a product of your environment.
Right. So, but I mean, it's good to have these conversations. I think it's beautiful that black and brown are talking on this podcast right now. You feel me? Because
Yes, sir.
a lot of times it's just like blacks talking with blacks, Mexicans talking with
That's why
Mexicans.
I love what I do. That's why I love this is what we do. This is our main focus, man. What we do and want to do. I could speak for me, but I feel Deandra feels the same way.
Yeah. Shout
It's
out Pearl
Yeah,
Contreras.
that's my family, right? That's Mama Pearl. What up, Pearl?
yeah,
But
honestly, like to start this show, I've had someone say to me specifically, thanking us for giving Chicanos a platform to shine.
nice.
Like we don't we didn't do it specifically for that. We did it. Well, when I came up with the concept, I did it to have people who are changing the game in any industry, whether it be black, Hispanic. It just happens to be that a lot of the people that I respect and I admire happen to be Mexican or of the Hispanic culture.
That's dope. You know what? You sound hella Chicana when you talk. You feel me? When I heard your voice message the first time, I thought this little homegirl, this little
She
Chicana
told you
girl
that's
right
how she
here.
grew up. That's how she grew up. You know what I mean?
You sound hella Chicana to me. I'm like, who is this?
Like, that's not you.
That shit's funny though. But you do. You sound hella Chicana. You sound like a homegirl. And you need
And
to
that's what
stop.
I mean.
You need to stop biting our culture. You need to stop doing it. I'm just playing with
Right?
you. You know?
Don't use the E word.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, and now, do you see yourself the cool? You obviously we all know and love Kool-Aid, radio
Right.
DJ. The Kool-Aids, the Robs, the MC Magics, the Baby Bashes. Do you see yourself in your career reaching a point where you're able to bring other artists onto your roster and have them continue?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It starts with me. It starts with me getting to where I need to be. Feel me? And once you have power to level up and or like I said, I want to do more in the community, right? I wanna be involved more. But what I gotta do, I gotta take care of myself first. I gotta put myself in that position where I can do things, where I got a little extra fatty out or money to I can put towards a fundraiser or try to organize something. It's hard to do it. You know what I'm saying? When you're a full-time artist and you're also I'm a regular dude. Like I said, I got a full-time job too. You feel me? So it's kind of like it's hard to do all this stuff when there's only so much time. But as you level up, as you start to get that money in and stuff, you put yourself in a position where you can be more effective. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you put that money towards stuff like that and you don't get distracted by all the glitz and glamour, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens to a lot of artists, and I get a little taste of it right now. I'm not as big as I think I can be, but you get like you get little things at the shows, so it's easy to fall in and live that lifestyle and go party and go smash some hyenas, all day, every day. You feel me? But like you got to think business first. You feel me? That's always gonna be there, cool, whatever. But like you gotta think about the long term and try to level up and do what's right for you financially and for your career. Put that ahead of everything. You feel me? And but so yeah, I think if I was to get bigger and do my thing, I'm always gonna like look out and try to put some artists on. Like even nowadays, I collaborate with some different artists. You feel me? And I'll give them that shine and I'll shout them out on my stories and I'll put them on stage with me at my show. I brought out my homegirl Alizé. She's on my track Life's a Risk. She's a young Chicana from San Diego, and I took her to Garden Grove. I had her sing with me with the MC Magic and all that. So I do that even now, but I don't. It's not like my artist, but if it's someone I've collaborated with, I definitely try to accommodate them with using my platform. You feel me?
So, now that we've gone over your amazing career and some of your influences, what do you have coming up?
Uh, like I told you guys earlier, I got all these shows, and I'm like slacking on releasing music. So I do have a project. It's called The Lonely Fool. So nowadays, you probably heard the Mexicans using fool. What up, fool? Hey, fool. So that's like a big thing nowadays with like the fool community. Fools Gone Wild on Instagram. They pushing that culture. Like I think Fools Gone Wild has kind of helped with the whole Raza trend with the homies coming up and shit. Low key, some of that. So social media has its goods, bads, and I think Fools Gone Wild, Food Network, Food Community, they've actually given us like platforms to like show people can see our culture and shit. But so the album's called The Lonely Fool. Not a fool like a fool. It's FOO, The Lonely Fool. I'm a lonely homie. I'm a homie. I'm a Chicano. And because I'm so focus on my career and I'm so like that's all I put that first. I guess it can be lonely, you feel me, when it comes to like not being in a relationship, when it comes to I'm independent too. Like it's not just lonely because I'm heartbroken. I'm lonely because I'm independent. I'm doing this all by myself. I can do it all by myself. and I have songs where like I'm on my grind, right? I've been doing this, and that's all of that is lonely in different ways. It's lonely because I'm independent. It's lonely because I'm on my grind. It's lonely because I broke up with my ex. So every song, in a way, it has a theme of being lonely for whatever reason that is. You know. So I want to do, because nowadays people don't got the tolerance to listen to a full album. You know what I'm saying? Like I have 15 songs. I wanted to do an album, the Lonely Fool album, but what I think I'm gonna do is just release like a volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and release 5 songs at a time, maybe like 2 months apart. So it keeps them kind of excited. You feel me? And because let's keep it real, a lot of people they ain't gonna listen to a full 15 album track right now. They might listen to the first 2-3 songs and then might not even come back to it. You feel me? So like, let me get them 5 at a time. They can hear 5 songs at a time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But yeah. So yeah, the Lonely Fool EP, that's definitely something in the works. I also got I have like 2 music videos where I have extended versions of them, where it's like a short film, and we're gonna have like a narrator kind of elaborating on the concept. Like the one you just played, Like the West.
Yeah.
I have a whole like 7-minute version where it's slowed down and there's a narrator, and it's the kid as a grown up, and he's talking about, like, I didn't want to hang out with my nephew or with my uncle. I didn't know it was gonna turn into a whole thing, and it's like a life. It gets deeper into the meaning of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool though, because some people might not get the message off when they look at a 3-minute video, but when you slow it down and you do like a narrator or like a movie version of it, they might get hit with the message more, and it's different. You don't really see artists doing little short films, So it's a way of being different too, and being creative nowadays. People like content,
Content. Yeah, that's what they say. That's the word, content now. Content. The content. It's so crazy. It's like the content and this internet shit is damn near taking over the fucking rap. Like they used to say the rap game's a new crack game. The content game's a new rap game, homie. That's
all these
shit is bigger than the rap now.
Yeah, everybody doing this, everybody doing that. It's crazy. But that's what it is, man. Like I said, and that's where I come to play. Like I gotta, as a musician, as an artist, the social media is very important. So I gotta be up on my game on that, and kind of know how to promote and try to figure out what kind of videos do people want to see. Like right now, a lot of subtitles. They like to see the subtitles right now.
And the what do they call that? The picture. What do they call that shit?
The reels.
No, but like you said, the title and the picture that they see. What is it? The
thumbnail.
The thumbnail. That's it, right there. There it is.
Yeah, you got all that shit matters. Like thumbnail. The first 5 seconds of the video needs to catch you.
Yes.
You can't be having this long ass delay where it's black and then it blurs in. People gonna swipe by then. You gotta catch them off the bat, man. It's crazy.
You gotta be fast. You gotta be fast. And unfortunately, they like the bullshit more than anything. That's why
the drama. The drama sells all day, bro.
That's why that's overrunning the internet right now. The drama, unfortunately, it's like, fuck, you can't even, like, you know what I mean? That's all they want to see, bro.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Drama's always been and that's what it goes, like we're talking about Drake and Kendrick. It's good for hip hop as long as no one gets killed. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, if you keep it on the hip hop tip and it's competitive, then by all means, let's do it. Like, people are gonna, like, that shit brought hip hop back. Like, nobody was excited about hip hop. There was nothing going on.
Right.
Like, stagnant. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's
I think we're living in a time where we're not gonna see any more of the killings anymore.
No, it's just fake. It's content again. Like, even it's content. Now they water content down so much that you get real quote unquote G's on here on the internet, and then it's all this talk and all this wounded womp, and then at the end of the day, it's just content. So, not saying we want the violence, but stop. Like, it's just too much, bro.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. It is what it is. People are a lot more aggressive. A lot more.
You ain't gonna pull up. Don't talk about it. They just talking now. Cell soldiers, like real homies, like is really just internet now. They brought the streets to the internet.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is, bro.
It's crazy.
I love this show because we're always on the same page when it comes to like the new school shit, like lingo and the way people act nowadays. It's too much.
Too much.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
is what it is, right? We got to respect it, I guess, right? You got to, or else get out the way because
I think
what
us
it is.
are at an age where cause I think you're the youngest one, Hypnotic, where you kind of have to bring in like the new school shit a little, but
Yeah,
being old, you're old school at heart.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like I'm like I said, like a lot of the shows I do, the artists they're performing their old tracks, you know, their classics. But I'm right there performing current ones. So in order to stay current and be successful, you know, I'm always gonna have my old school stilo, but there's ways to like I don't know, just kind of like you said, a little bit like accommodate. You got to be entertaining. You know, I don't gotta like when I do my shows, I like to interact with the crowd. You feel me? And they're very responsive and shit. And even the young kids, the young people, they like they respond when you talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta have fun, kind of be comedic on there. You gotta be funny too, and that just comes with experience. Cause
Right.
everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's rapping the same shit,
Same shit.
holding their nut. They're doing the same. But when you
Same
like,
shit.
hold up, yo, DJ, pause that real quick, like, and then you start talking to them about just some random ass shit. You feel me? And then it gets people to react, and you react off of them, almost like comedians and shit. Like you gotta like incorporate some of that sometimes. And I'm getting better at that, and that's just with experience. So at the end of the day, like you can accommodate or you can gain those young fans just by being cool, by being funny. Like you know, that it's one they might not like the music, but they like how you vibe. They like your confidence. Like
It's a,
hey, you
it's a
cool,
vibe.
you
It's a
funny.
vibe.
You
It's a
feel me?
vibe.
Yeah, you got to give them that vibe too. Man, like we said, we talked about it earlier and shit. So.
No, you're gonna have to go see one of his shows, G-Lew. I've been to like one or two of them, and they're pretty dope.
Yeah, I look forward to it, bro. And then people in the chat, that my bro Big D and his wife said they went to your show and it was dope. So yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah, definitely, man. We'll definitely exchange like Instagrams and all that shit, and we'll
Yes,
keep in
sir.
touch, bro. This was I really like the vibe here. You feel me? So
Great.
The vibe here.
the
It's a
vibe is
vibe.
cool, dog. It's Fiedleman.
Yeah.
Y'all need to pick up that word, Fiedleman. Fiedleman.
Feed the man, homie. Come on, bro. That. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
The
Yeah,
vibe is Fiedleman here, dog. It's Fiedleman, homie.
for sure.
Your next three shows.
Yep. But yeah.
Your next three shows. Where are you gonna be at?
The one coming up is with Too Short, June 13th. That's in Garden Grove, the Garden Amphitheater. That's one of my favorite venues, man. It's just a dope ass.
Yeah.
It's like it's big, but it's small, intimate. It's just dope. It's like an outdoor theater, and it's really
That's taking
nice.
over. Garden Grove gets a lot of the big shows. Like it used to be the observatory used to be good, but Garden Grove.
Yeah, but Garden Grove's taking over, bro. They got everybody there right now. So I got that one. I got one with a lighter shade of brown in Temecula, July 20th. I got one in I think Pomona. But yeah, right now, those are. Oh yeah, I got one in San Diego with Paul Wall and Crazy Bone. That's gonna be like September though. So, and I got some personal ones like I'm doing a baby shower. They hired me to do a baby shower and shit, so that's pretty cool. And they're trying to hire me to do a car show event in Hemet too. So, it's a good time right now. Like you know, like I think me doing all these shows, it also with all these big names, it helps with my business too. Like oh shit, like you know we got. You know, let's see what's up with Hypnotic. You know, I do a lot of personal events too, so that's a blessing that people want to hire me.
Send me that San Diego flyer because I'm trying to see you open up for Paul Wall.
Yeah, that's dope. It's Paul Wall and Crazy Bone, so that's a dope.
That's gonna be dope as fuck. Crazy.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you on social media platforms?
Hypnotic G Rooted. It's Hypnotic _G _Rooted. That's with Instagram. That's with TikTok. That's with YouTube. But yeah. So just look up Hypnotic G Rooted, and if you looking me up on like Spotify, Apple Music, just look up Hypnotic. I don't spell it like the liquor bottle. It's HYPNOTIC. You feel me? And there's a lot of people that got that name, but just look for a bald-headed fool. You feel me? A bald-headed artist when you're looking for me on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that shit. So, but yeah, I got albums, man. I got a lot of material, a lot of content out there. So, but yeah, that's where you can find me, Hypnotic G Rooted.
Yeah, we always tell all our guests, if you ever want to come back and promote a future project, you're more than welcome to come back always.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. I appreciate that. We really appreciate that for real.
Yeah, I love it how you come back. We could chop it up on just some hip, like a lot of shit, bro. I like, you know what I mean? I could chop it up with you all night, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah, I know, bro. We went over, you know. But that's what happens when we
That
just have
says a lot, though.
real conversation, you know?
Yeah.
We did 2 hours. Goddamn, that was
Yeah, it's
fast.
crazy. Yeah.
My back hurts. I think I know why. Goddamn. I don't got no cushion behind me. You feel me? I'm like, why is my back hurting? Now I know. I've been stiff for like 2 hours talking to y'all. I'm leaning in and shit. You feel me? God damn.
Yeah.
Stretchy.
It's all good.
But yeah, no, thank you guys for having me, man. Like I said,
Thank you for coming on.
Hypnotic Garden Gold, Big D, and myself possibly might be there. We're invited, sending prayers. Oh, hell yeah. Cool. If you guys
yes,
say what's up.
They're the ones that saw your show previously too. So shout out to Monica and Big D. Yep.
Dope. Hey, let me know if you need tickets, if you guys were invited, or I don't know if you got the hookup like that. The show's almost sold out. The promoter just hit me up, so I got like maybe like 5 tickets left. Just holler at me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a sold out show. It's sold
dope.
out pretty much. So,
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Congratulations, bro, on all your success and all the things you've done, like, and that you're gonna do, because you're already doing it, and I could just see the future for you, bro. So congratulations in advance, and congratulations for what you've already done, and respect to you, bro, for having a real head on your shoulders, man, and you know what I mean, knowing a lot, and just trying to do better, bro. You know what I mean, not accepting, you know what I mean, the bullshit and what they think you should be or what you just think you should do, and going a step beyond, you know what I mean, to be better, bro. I respect that, homie.
I appreciate that, man. And like I said, it's been like, it's a blessing to hop on any platform, and you guys just showed nothing but love, and I enjoyed it, man, and I'm glad that I did it. So thank you guys for providing the platform. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. You were amazing. Thank you.
Respect.
Cool. Till the next time.
Respect, brother. Till next time, man. Much love, homie. Thank you again.
Respect. Thank you.
Respect. Shout out to the homie, man. That's the homie again.
Yeah.
Hypnotic. Man, that was incredible. Wow.
Yeah, it was.
That was incredible.
This is why we do what we do, for amazing interviews like that.
Yes. Shout out to the homie. Thank you again. That was dope.
So next week, actually in honor of Pride Month, we have an amazing couple by the name of Trino and Adam that are going to be on next week.
Okay.
So that they're content creators, but they're like really big in. Like,
is that where they had the show recently?
Yes.
I did. I seen a vlog or something they did. That's how I knew them. I didn't even know. And then
they were on a podcast with Smell the Product.
Yeah. I got hit because after the show, I seen they did a vlog, and that's when like it caught my timeline, and I looked at it and watched it, and I seen like you said how big they are. You know what I mean? So yeah,
they're such good guys. They're so sweet.
Yeah. So next week, people, changing the game again. Deandra Chanel, G-Lew. Shout out to DD Hairston, our producer. Oh, don't forget, June 23rd, DD Hairston's having a big event. You know what I mean? Everyone needs to pull up too. Deandra's going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. Make sure you pull up. In Northeast Los Angeles, DD have all the shit in the description. So make sure you pull up the 23rd. Shout out to DD Hairston. And again, shout out to Deandra Chanel. Tell them where they can follow you at and get at you and all that. Cause Deandra, you know, she'll hook you up, man. Like she'll hook you up, guys and girls.
I'm still gonna get to you. Just so you know. Mm-hmm. So I can be followed on Deandra Chanel Designs on Instagram. That's mainly where you can find me. Or if you just want to go on my website, see something that you like, DeandraChanel.com is my website. My Facebook is Deandra Chanel. I have a clothing page on Facebook, and then TikTok, it's also Deandra Chanel.
That part right there. Excuse me. And thank you again, everyone who joined us tonight. Another great episode. If you missed anything, go back and watch it again. The show will be up. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And we'll be back next week. Same time, same place. G-Lew, Deandra, Chanel, changing the game. The game?
Yes,
Game.
change the game. Until next week, y'all.
Peace.
So I'm going to work. Your grand-
It's Cali Caliente. We already know who got the gente. Me. Not to mention, I'm a little bit of Tupac and Chente. Who give a fuck if the Hoodas are rain? Either way, we gonna turn up the same. I ain't that vato that gon' shoot up your jam. It's pura cultura when I suit up and brand. Ya tú sabes mi equipo, I rep my people. Tengo futuro en mi visto. Ya estoy listo a caminar este piso. Muy machismo, no quieren pedo con el güero, homie, no conmigo. All you rappers up poor, I'll give you 1 star. On your Yelp, check yourself, you ain't on par. I'm really out here spitting, man, I bust hard.